Hello, guys, and welcome to tonight's webinar. Tonight, again, we have David with us. So, a big welcome, David.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Awesome. So, it's cool to have you back. I know.
I may
Go
I
ahead.
may I may change from the Wednesday Q&A to the Dan show right here on Tuesday, right?
Okay, sorry, I'm just getting some feedback here. One sec. There we go. Okay, so thanks for being here, David. I know everyone was excited last week we had you on, and
So,
tonight we're going to be doing just a little more depth on SEO. I know you guys were really interested in that and building your brand off of Amazon and more of the details of that, a free type of strategy for doing this. If you want to go sort of low cost, do it yourself or have a VA do the free strategy. And then also we'll talk a little bit about paid strategies as well, which David also has knowledge in. And we're just going to get more into it. So what do you think, David?
let's do it, brother. I love it.
Okay, awesome. And hello, everyone in the chat box already. A ton of people here. Everyone says hello, David.
Hey guys.
So maybe we should make that permanent transition.
Yeah, man, gotta talk to my agent so we can make the trade. What can we send to the Wednesday Q&A?
Yeah. So, okay, awesome. So let's get going with this. And I think let's just start off discussing a little bit about it. I think the aims of SEO and what we're actually doing, that can be very confusing. And we need to understand that the whole point of SEO, just to start with, is going to be making sure that in our blog section on our website, that's the first thing. We obviously need to create a blog section on the website. And if you're using WordPress or Shopify, anything like that, that's going to work. And you're going to be able to do that. And then you're going to need to post unique, relevant content to that blog section. And the whole purpose of that is that those blogs or those pieces of content that you do upload to the blog are going to contain certain keywords. And those keywords are going to be in specific areas of those articles that you write up. And those are going to be indexed by the search engines. And those are going to help your website rank on Google, for example. But there's lots of search engines. So it's almost like ranking your website on Google as opposed to what we're more comfortable with, ranking your listing on Amazon. So it's making sure we have keywords in specific places, in specific articles, for example, in the headings and metadata and all this type of stuff, which we'll get more into. But that's the gist of what we're doing, is making sure we're going to rank our website and that our website's going to be returned on the search engine results pages when users type in terms that we want to show for. And this, go ahead, David.
And that will help not only the blog post, but only will help the main URL, because the ranking of your website as a whole will increase at the eyes of Google, because now you're bringing great content. Google, they know that, and that's why the ranking of your website as a whole will grow.
Awesome. So this is what we're really going to be covering today. And a little bit more of this. And as I said, you guys could have virtual assistants do the stuff for you, or you could spend some time doing this as well. And then moving on a little bit into keyword research and just the start of this, David, how would you start the process off in terms of having a website you want to rank and choosing keywords? How would you start?
It's very similar to if I show you my domain provider account, I have over 100 domains, because I love keywords. And every time that I find a good keyword, and the domain is available, I'm talking about .com or .net domains, I would buy it. URL is a big, huge factor when it comes to SEO, ranking on SEO. You need it. So that's why finding your keywords is obviously everything. Just as last week we were talking about this, when it comes to Amazon, keywords are everything, and the same concept apply for Google. So you need to focus on, first of all, finding those keywords, and maybe anything that you believe have a decent volume of searches on Google. You may use that on your blog post, maybe even a question. Some of my of my domains are questions. It sounds crazy, but
So, so
they're
when you
just
say, so sorry, David, just for absolute clarity, when you say domains are important, you're saying the actual keyword or the actual
yeah.
what that domain spells out. So how do you do this? What's your say you have a website on car covers? What domains would you be looking for, and how would you do that?
Say car what?
Car covers. So like for covers, outdoor covers of the car or something like that.
I would try to look for the domain.com.net for that specific keyword. But people do ask all kind of crazy things to Google, and some of those questions they have such a high volume of searches, and sometimes the domain is available. And if the domain is available, I would just purchase the domain. And if you find a question that again have high volume of searches, you can use that as well as a blog post, like just asking your question, what's the best dog leash of the world? Like for example, this is a stupid example,
And,
but
and with the domains, so you would look for a good keyword based domain name. But what about in our case where we're gonna obviously have our brand name .com or .org or .net, but preferably .com, where we got that domain name as the brand. Do you think there's any value in perhaps redirecting those other keyword domains or not really?
yes, I mean redirections are always going to be helpful, obviously, but it's never going to be the same because you have. I mean, what you have is an online store, so it's never going to be the same if you just build a whole website using the right URL and focusing 100% SEO in that particular. Is that what we call micro niches? Because in this case, you just need to find those keywords and use them on your blog section, and then you're gonna be focusing on the SEO for each specific blog post that you create. Focusing again in those particular keywords that they need to be related to your topic. In this case, would be dogs, pets, or whatever the product that we're using.
And then this is cool because this is important. So how much emphasis do you place on that domain having having the correct keywords? Do you place a huge amount of emphasis on that?
Oh my God, that's huge. Like when you pick in your niches, I mean, this is not specifically for your store. I mean, just talking about like you can even do it if you have an online store. You can pick a very good keyword, build up the blog like a site. It's gonna be a completely different URL. Start creating the content, and then through that blog you're gonna start redirecting people to to your online stores. Like you're gonna be writing articles about I don't know, whatever your brand is selling, and then through those articles, you're gonna be sending them to your online store, and then you can focus 100% on the SEO of that blog, where you're gonna have the main keyword on the URL.
Okay, I got you. So you're saying, although you got your nice brand.com website, the online store, you're actually going to have you're going to build mini sites, as you were saying now, which are targeted URLs. So the actual name, say you had a, a brand that sold car covers, and then you would actually get, say, car covers or bestcarcovers.com. And then this whole mini site is going to be full of SEO and specific keywords. So you rank that site, but that site links to your online store.
I'm actually doing something very similar, but with the Spanish course, the Just One Time course. What I'm doing, I found three very good URLs, very good keywords related to our business in this case, which is coaching, how to sell in Amazon and stuff like that. So I found the URLs, I bought them all, I built the websites, three different websites, and then I hired three different guys. They don't know between each other, and I have these people creating content every day for me, like using my videos, the videos that I create in YouTube, and all those blog posts are pointing to exactly the same place, which is my YouTube channel, which is growing really fast. And then once that the course is ready, I'm gonna be asking them to point those blog posts to the course itself, which is the landing page where people can, watch, just learn more about what we're offering, and then hopefully they buy the course and join the community. So it's something very similar. Obviously, it takes. I mean, I spent about probably every week I will spend about $60-$70 just in content because they're creating content for me. But I mean, it is worth it because it's working great, and I'm taking everything from me. Just now, not only YouTube, also Google. I have 3 very good URLs. Exactly the same concept apply if you have a product. This is a very cool strategy.
Okay, awesome. So your step one would be, although we've got the nice e-commerce store, the step one is going to be getting either one or a couple very good keyword domain names as a start, and then
I
building the sites there.
I'm a professional, so this is very easy for me. So I'm not expecting that I mean, for a regular Amazon seller, this may be a little bit complicated and a lot of work to deal with. So I mean, this is like taking the next level. But if you don't want to do that, I will focus just on my blog post, creating as much content as possible. Just use mention words, for example, or my favorite tool, which is the Google planning tool. Keyword planning tool, if I believe is that it's called. That's how it's called. So you just go there, and Google is going to give you real data of the estimate of searches that each keyword has, and they give you so many ideas. So just pick some good ideas that are related to your niche, and then hire a professional copywriter, and then give them those ideas. I want you to create an article using this specific keyword, and they will do that. And then obviously you gotta work your SEO, creating the backlinks and everything that we're gonna be talking about. So the blog, over time, those blog posts will start ranking higher, and then you're gonna start receiving the visitors.
Okay, awesome. And then moving a little bit on from this, we would be doing more strategic keyword research. And this is more familiar with a lot of Amazon sellers. As you touched on now, you've got, for example, merchant words. And merchant words data, remember, is pulled from Google. So in this case, we love merchant words data because it's going to actually give us that search engine's actual results. So we're not having to sort of try filter that down to Amazon. We don't mind. It's on the entire search engine. So you're going to start with your, for example, merchant words or keywordtool.io, and then search for specific keywords in your niche. And those are going to be what you actually start building content on. And those, so for example, it might be a question, as you were saying, David. It might be something like, what is the best car cover? Or it might be best car covers or best outdoor car covers 2018, or it could be anything like that. And that's what, go ahead.
I use a lot the date, like sometimes I even use the month, because people tend to do that a lot, like 2018, 2018. Sometimes, I mean, it's 2018, but I already writing articles like best car 2019.
2020.
Yeah, exactly. So you're ahead of the line, like,
Okay, excellent. And then from here, we're also going to actually start to niche down on those keywords as well. And I wanted to ask you about this, David, in terms of when people are selecting their keywords, what would you recommend to them in terms of checking how competitive keywords are? So would you use, for example, the results number shown at the top of Google, or do you use Keyword Planner? What do you suggest people do to avoid using keywords that are too competitive?
The longest the keyword, the better. The more specific the keyword, the better, because that means there's less competition. You have a way higher chance to rank right away for that keyword. So because you have an online store, right? You don't have a specific blog that is focused on creating content. For that reason, you need to target very low competition keywords, like extremely low competition keywords, even though the keyword only have 200, 300 searches per month as per Google, but that doesn't matter. I mean, you can get 20, 30, 40, 50 of those people that are looking for that keyword in a month. That would be great for your website. So focus on finding those big time, long tail keywords, very explanatory, that are related to your niche. And those are the ones that you can rank faster when you're trying to do that through a blog post.
Okay, awesome. And then I just want to share my screen quickly and see your take on this. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something I just want to do show people.
I use the Google autocomplete a lot to find those long tail keywords. Like there you go, you got South Africa, for example.
Yeah. So if we go best car cover, for example, you can see here we got also 20 million results.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we go, um,
you see that's a very long keyword. Best car cover for outdoor storage. There we go. That's
yeah.
a very long keyword. That's like, for example, that would be a good keyword to reach.
So here we got only 2 million results. And these will seem like a huge amount, but this is also another way you can just vet the competition in terms of the results here. And we can get back to this now as well. So then the next thing that we're going to take a look at is creating and publishing relevant content to the site. And this is very important as well. Don't just keyword stuff. So now that you've perhaps found the keywords that you want to use on your site, now we need to obviously include those keywords in certain parts of the articles we write or that our VA writes. And on this, it's very important not to keyword stuff and to have that content be very relevant and unique. You don't want to copy paste content.
Never.
And any other points on this, David, that
Yeah,
over your experience?
even when you copy, I mean, people do this a lot, and I don't recommend it to do it. A lot of people just copy and paste the information from the Amazon listing to the web page. I wouldn't do that, because that's basically you just copying and pasting, and that's Google don't allow us to do that, because they say that's not right. The same goes for your blog post. Yes, go ahead. Your blog post, they need to be great. They need to be long. I recommend them to be at least 500 words long. They need to be relevant to your content. And yes, you should hire a professional, like somebody that can do a good job in these particular cases. Just don't hire anybody, because again, the content needs to be great.
Yeah, I used to use 750 words for the articles at least.
That's perfect. I normally go for, I mean, I think 500 is more than enough, because sometimes what happens is when you ask these people 750 article, they don't have enough to write about, and then they just start just talking, BS. Like it's like, oh, the moon and the song and the best, and then they just go to the point, because they just want to fill up all that information. That's why I say 500. If you want to go more, I will pay you more, but it needs to be really good. You need to provide me very good information. This is for your money site. When it comes to the satellite sites, like the 3 sites that I just talked to you about from my channel, that information can be somehow good, like not great, because this is just blogs that are pointing to my money site, providing me that use rank that I need, so my money site goes up, and I start making conversions. So okay. Yeah.
And then something we used to also do was actually have, and we can cover a little more of this, but as you said, as we're doing as we see those auto completes on Google, specific long tails come up, and you could actually use the long tail keyword you're targeting as the heading of your article. And this will help you a lot. And as you'll see on WordPress, you've got heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And making sure that some of your top keywords are in those headings, very important. Another thing was to have the top keywords in the first 100 and last 100 words of the article, and then sort of 4 or 5 times in the body if you're doing like a 750 word article.
Also, you could link relevant websites, like gotta be very good website, high ranking websites. You can link those as well. That will give you that's good as well. Also, adding a video to the article will help you a lot as well. Make sure to use how do you call those, brother? I totally forget that, the black, when you highlight the black, the words in black.
The contextual link.
There you go. I think is that how you call it?
I think so.
We call it in Spanish. In Spanish, we just call them negrita. So I totally forget about that.
Yeah,
It's a big B that you click on it. So the word would be highlighted in black, but don't worry about it. So just make sure to do that, because that's
Bold.
also
Bold.
there we go. Thank you. So that way, in that way, you're telling Google, hey, when you made the word bold, you're telling Google this is something important, so they know, the spiders know that's it's a keyword relevant.
Oh,
So
wow. I didn't know
they
that one.
yeah.
Awesome. And then another thing, just to keep in mind, whenever you're doing that, linking to something else or linking even to another page on your website, which we'll cover just now, make sure it looks natural. You don't want to have just a link there. You want to kind of incorporate it in the sentence structure if you can. Really important as well.
You can also highlight. You can also link internal content. So your own content. Just you're writing this article, you can link other blog posts that are somehow relevant to the one that you're writing. That also will help. Will help you a little bit.
Awesome. And now we're going to get a little bit more onto the metadata and alt tags. So this is probably some of the lesser known stuff. And
Yeah, I mean, just go ahead and explain this, but I will tell you. I will tell you this.
you
I
can
mean,
explain this one.
no, I mean, you no, just go ahead, just do it, because I mean, I've been using like forever. I've been using now. In the past, we need to create the meta description, the title, everything. Well, we got to do all this work manually. But nowadays, you got so many plugins like the one that you're explaining here, the Yoast SEO, that they do all that for you. So, well, go ahead, man. I mean, I think that they should know. I mean, you should explain this one.
Yep. So metadata, every page is going to have metadata. And one of the really good plugins that makes this a little easier was the Yoast plugin.
Yes.
I think it was like SEO by Yoast. Very easy. And that way you can make sure you have the correct metadata on every one of those articles you put up.
Mhm.
And it's going to be things like, you can see here. Actually, I want to share this slide with people quickly. I think it's going to be a lot easier to understand. You see my screen, David?
I do.
Okay. So it was this one. And you can see here. So whenever you're actually creating an article on WordPress, at the bottom, you're going to have something like this if you use the plugin called Yoast. And as you can see, it's going to give you a snippet preview. And this will look familiar. This is actually that little preview you're going to see on Google anytime you do a search. This is what all those web pages will look like on that search engine results page. And here, you want to make sure you have your keywords in here as well. Really important. And then a little description over here that catches a lot of attention. Over here, you can have a focus keyword as well. And then your title, which must also be search engine optimized. And there you can see the meta description. It's that little part that comes underneath the URL over here. So this is a very good tool that you guys can use for this. And then here you can see you've got your title tags. So title tag is just the name for this top part, this sort of bold part over here. You can see a nice image that explains it over here. And this is very important. It will tell the search engines, so the crawlers or the bots, it's going to tell them and the users what this web page all about, and it must be very concise. It's the largest line of text that appears, as you guys can see here, and is situated above that domain, which is in green. It often works well with the two most important keywords and then your brand name, something like this. So that's the first part of this. Then meta description. So this is a 160 character long snippet about your web page. The description shown below the domain when the page is returned. It is very important to include your main keywords here, as it's going to grab a lot of attention of the reader. So if you've ever typed something in to Google looking for something, you might see the title, which is good, but often you're just going to read this, even subconsciously, you're going to see, is this what I need?
You
And
should, you
this is
should
what, go
you
ahead.
should just want to add that if you don't add the meta tags manually, like in this case, Google will index the first paragraph of your blog post in this case, and that obviously that may be good or may be really bad. I always make sure to use the main keyword at the beginning of the title and at the beginning of the description. Those are two important factors that you need to take in consideration.
Okay, awesome. And so, but does this make sense overall, David?
It does, man. It does actually. I mean, you're the best explaining this stuff.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you. So here, and over here, keyword metadata. So keyword metadata is where you can actually fill in keywords, sort of like back end on the listings on Amazon, but don't pack it with too much, because then the search engines, and they call these crawlers. So search engine has little crawlers or little bots that just come scan your website. If you ever see that, they're going to ignore that area if you put too many in. It's very similar actually to back-end keywords on Amazon. Be conservative, adding 6 to 8 of your top phrases, keeping each phrase at like 1 to 4 words or so. And you can see here, meta keyword template over here, separated by commas. Again, this would be the Yoast plugin. So that can be a little bit of a confusing thing with WordPress, is the plugins. You've just got to sort of find the ones you like best, and then you'll become very comfortable with those. But Yoast, really good one, and works like this.
It's the best one, and it's for free.
Yeah, and most of the plugins are free as well, which is makes it a bit of a different industry. And then here you also have alt tags. Alt tags are so important, and this is because the crawlers that we just spoke about, they cannot see images. They cannot read that this is a puppy. They can only scan text. So if you have a very relevant image of, for example, say this was a website for dog training. Okay, let's say a dog training leash. You could have an alt tag here that explains a little bit of that. Dog with dog training leash. And now you have a keyword in the alt tag, and it's going to help your ranking. So make sure you try. Go ahead, David.
Actually, I hear myself. Will you lower the volume?
Sure.
Yeah.
Better.
Okay, go now, yeah. Actually, I have some of my websites that most of the traffic can come through Google Image, and that's because I focus my SEO on the images. Like exactly what you're explaining right here. I work the SEO just as a regular website, pick up my good keywords, long tail keywords, and I use those on the image. And then the image obviously will rank really high on Google Image. And then you're gonna get a ton of traffic. Like, it's just crazy how much traffic you can get from Google Images. And they will, because in order to download the image, they will have to go to your website. Nowadays, in the past, it used to be different. Now they have to visit your website in order to download the picture. So this is extremely important. Like, images are a huge part of my business when it comes to SEO and Google AdSense. So
awesome. So this is what your alt tags are going to be. That's just like David said. It's just going to explain to the search engine exactly what the image is. But remember, try and get your keywords in there if you can. And sometimes this ends up being really weird, but it can help with your ranking. And then be sure to fill out all this metadata. It might seem like a hassle. Actually, I guarantee you it will feel like a hassle at the time when you're doing tons of articles, but it's very important. Like David said, it's a huge part of SEO. So make sure you do this. You're going to rank favorably, and then obviously enjoy increased traffic. So let's see. Now we get on to building links, David, and I really want you to speak a bit more about this, but I think it's important here because we have a sort of visual demonstration of backlinks, which we touched on a bit last week. So if you want to go into this, I would love that.
Well, first of all, every SEO has a different way to approach the strategy. It's just like in Amazon. The first thing that you need to know is that you need to be very patient. I mean, this won't happen overnight. I mean, it can take easily easily can take between 3 to 6 months before you start seeing some decent results. Before the website can really pick up, it can easily go over a year. So get ready for that, okay? So I don't want to, hire just expectations, and then you go after 2 months, you say, oh, man, this is a waste of time. So when we come to backlinks, first of all, again, time, and second, the quality of the website. Back in the 3-4 years ago, that this business was really, really easy. You just buy software when you could create 500 backlinks in 2 minutes, and then 4 days later you were on the first position for that keyword. That doesn't work that anymore. The way I do it, again, I create satellite blocks, find URLs that are very good URLs with very good keywords that are related to my money site, and then I point them all to my website. All right, to my money website, the website that I want to rank, and then those blocks that are under the main website, I will start creating backlinks to those websites first. Okay, first to those websites, the satellite websites. It's like how do you say that? A pyramid. It's a pyramid. How you said, Dan?
Pyramid.
There we go. So you got the money side, then you got the second tier of blog posts of websites pointing to your money site, and then you have the last tie, the third tie, where just creating all kind of backlinks, social media, comments, forums. All that is pointing to those 3 blocks, and then those 3 blocks are pointing to your main site. And to the main site, the money site, I'm gonna be talking to several people, influencers that have pretty good websites that are related somehow to my website. I'm gonna start buying those links. I'm gonna go for university websites, newspaper websites, everything that I can find online that I believe have a very good ranking, is a clean backlink. That's gonna be pointing directly to my website. Never ever link a backlink to your website if you believe it's not good enough. It gotta be a really high ranking, high quality backlink. That's essentially my main strategy. Again, all this takes time because nowadays you gotta go one step at a time. In the past, you could do that this whole thing you could do in 3 days, but nowadays it takes a month before you start seeing the results.
Awesome. And this should be a bit better with feedback. And let's get some of these questions. So sorry guys, I'm not ignoring you. Just sometimes we get the ball rolling. So Brittany asks.
Dan, yeah, I just want to share my screen really quick before you jump to this.
Sure.
Yeah, just really quick, so I can show you the process, how it works. Let me just share here and let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
So, for example, this is a website that it's a blog that I started working on February the 1st, 2017. So that's a little bit more than a year ago. So you see the process. I mean, I'm creating content right here, content, and also I'm creating some backlinks. So you see how the process are going up. Now I got 223 visitors in a day, and it goes going up. Right now, this website is getting about 2,500 visitors a day, which is a lot. So it's a process. As you see, I was speaking right here, but you see this down here. This is a back. Probably Google find out something about my strategy, and they penalize me a little bit only, but they did penalize me. Right here, I was doing almost 4,000 visitors a day, and now my average is about 2,500, which means that I have something to fix. I can keep showing my website because I got so many. Like this one, for example. All these are micro niche. You see the same process. It's the same process all of them. 62 visitors at the beginning. Now I'm getting about 3,500 visitors. We can keep going. You see, they all have the same. It's just the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's all about then time with SEO. You gotta be very patient. This one here, exactly the same. You see 300. All these, I mean, it's just amazing what you can do with these websites. When you can control all this traffic, it's just amazing. You can do so many things, including for Amazon and making money in other ways because there's so many ways to make money online. So yeah, anyways, I just want to show you this just so you know that it's all about time and taking the right steps one at a time.
I agree, David. I think this is a super important point. I love that you always emphasize this. I think I forget to, but it does. It takes a long time. So, I mean, I would start doing this on the side for your blogs, uh, for your e-commerce store with other mini blogs if you want to really tackle this thing full on, or at least in the blog section of your e-commerce store, just on the side. Just start doing it. Hopefully, it's in. Go ahead, David.
And this is actually very, you can use this obviously for your Amazon business. I mean, this is not my main priority anymore. I see to it because I give you money, very good money still. But this is a very profitable business. Like, you can make a lot of money with websites. I mean, you get, I mean, normally a website that give you 3,000-4,000 visitors a day, that represents between $500 to $700 a month. Just in advertisement with Google. So this is something that you can do extra as well. You can start making the money, and then at the same time, you can also advertise your Amazon products. But as everything in life, it's really hard. It's a lot of sacrifice in order to get that. And this is the most passive income business of the world, like right here. So once that you get to the top, it's extremely difficult that you lose your position unless that you make a mistake.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think, like you say, I think that's quite important, because not only would you be, if you do the strategy properly, let's just keep it in Amazon for now, but I 100% hear you of doing this separately if you want to. It's just going to take a long time. But if we did it for Amazon, remember that there's also other affiliate programs and things you can do along with this. So, for example, David, this is something I was thinking, is you're building all these websites with some stand-in products very often. So, and everyone wants to have, a couple stand-in products. You don't want to have a website with one product. So using this type of strategy, what you could effectively do is actually create affiliate links for those other stand-in products on your e-commerce site. And now if people do purchase those via your website, you're actually earning affiliate commissions. Even if they're small, there's all these other avenues once you actually have the traffic. So I agree with you there.
One of the pages, one of my blogs is a blog about fashion. I don't know anything about fashion, like that I can tell you. But I mean, I know the business, so I hire the right people, and they create these tutorials about how to to make a dress, or to make I don't know, just stuff like that. So stuff that people can do home. So the blogs start growing and growing and growing, and then I create this Facebook page, and the Facebook page start growing and growing and growing. Now I got almost 200,000 followers, and man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy what I can do with that page. Like, you can say anything that you want to these people. They will write me every day. Like, I'm talking about 10, 15 messages, just asking me about where can I buy this, how can I get this dress done. And when you got that, you can sell a course. You can sell, you can do affiliate link. You can start building your own products if you want, then sell it to them. It's just amazing. Like, it's like when you're able to see the bigger picture, it's amazing how much you can grow, because there is so much money to make in these pieces, not only Amazon, all over the place.
For sure. Awesome. So let's get into some of these questions. Brittany asked, is it okay to make several blog posts in a short period of time? I have a ton of pre-planned topics ready to write about for my site. So what do you think on that in terms of planning the content and when to post?
I think yes, it's fine. I mean, don't do it all in the same day. Just give it time. I would post at least my blogs. I try to post at least one. I mean, not all of them, but the most important one, at least one blog post a day. That would be about 5-6 a day, a week. That should be more than enough.
Awesome. And then that PowerPoint I screen shared, yes, I will put that in the group for you guys after this. Okay, and let's see here. James asks about your camera, David. It is very good quality. I think I need to.
Which camera? The camera that I'm using right now?
Yes, yes.
It's a webcam. It cost me $200. That's why it's so good.
Wow, awesome. And okay, so David, when you talk about linking your site to news sites, university sites, etc.? Is that by making a comment there, or how do you actually link to those other sites?
It depends. Most of the time for these websites, which I believe are the best one, there's people that have access to those websites. Sometimes they have like a community section where people share content and news. So there's so many ways, not all of them, but many of them that you can always have access to them. The profiles as well. Those are secondary. Those are secondary kind of backlinks, like creating a profile in a very popular forum where you can add your URL to the profile. But when it comes to news, most of the time I buy them. Because there's people that they have access, they sell you the article and buy it, and that's it. Well, trust me, just one article in one of those newspapers sites can boost your rank like really, really good, like crazy.
Awesome. And then
YouTube also is a great way to generate traffic to your website. Just you don't have to create, you don't have to put your face. Like I can show you some of my channels.
yeah, this is. I know exactly what you mean. This was also part of the strategy we would use, and you would basically you would write the article full of keywords, etc., and then you would do a YouTube video on the article. It would be the same content, and of course you don't have to show your face and stuff. But you say you were speaking about a certain car cover, you would cover it and have look at images of it. Actually, it was hover. Most of this was done looking at the listing of the product and covering it with people just on video. But yeah, it was to get the YouTube link.
And even if you have, let's say you have a dog related website, and let's say you have a fan page where you share all kinds of blog images, you can go to YouTube and create just a video with a background, some copyright, free copyright music, and just put all the images together as a beautiful, beautiful dog images, and you just put that video on YouTube, and it's just crazy. People start liking the video. I got this channel. I used to have this website. I don't have it anymore because Google banned the website. And got so much traffic. I got about 15,000 visitors every day. And I created websites. So every time that I have this guy, every time that he add content to the website, which is basically just me sharing images that I pick from internet. So this guy will create a video, and that video later on I will post it to a channel that I create only for that website. Well, that channel nowadays I have over 500 followers, subscribers, because some of the videos, they just went crazy viral and people like it and share it, and that is bringing also content visitors to my website, and it's helping me because it's giving me backlinks as well. So.
Awesome. And David, can you explain what it means to build a landing page on your website? You mentioned in Facebook we can use that on our insert cards for emails. So on this one, David, I'll help you out. So this one with landing page, and then please fill in for me. But this is simply going to be a page where people land from that insert card, for example. So landing page and all these terms can make it super confusing, but you're going to just have a dedicated web page on your website that is for people to land on from that insert card. And then this can either be a page you build on the website, which is really easy to do, and you're just going to pull a form into that from, for example, ConvertKit or MailChimp or Aweber. And that form is going to describe the same thing that you're describing on the insert card. So if on the insert card you're giving away a warranty on your product and an ebook, the form is going to say, get your warranty and ebook here. Where should we send it? And a box for the email, a box for name. And when they put that in there, you automatically store it in Aweber, ConvertKit, MailChimp, whatever your email provider is or services. And that ebook and warranty is automatically generated for the customer. So it's simply going to be one page where they can land and get what they want. You get the email. And importantly, is that landing page is going to have a specific URL. So it could be yourbrand.com/warranty or yourbrand.com/ebook. You can make that permalink, that URL, whatever you want. That goes on the insert card. And when people go to that exact specific page, they are immediately on your landing page. They fill in their details. They get what they want. You get what you want. And you're also not selling a product on that landing page. So you're in line with Amazon TOS. You're not directing them to another website online where products are for sale, which is the only real risk with doing that as well. Does that make sense, David? Any input on that?
Brother, you said it. It's perfect.
Awesome. And then,
Brother?
yes.
Oh, yeah, it lost you for a second.
Okay. And sorry, I'm just reading. So here, David, did you hire VAs through Fiverr to write out blog posts on fashion? How many blog posts do you add per month?
It depends. For example, just because got so many. Like for let's just put for example the GOD host. Our GOD host, I have a person writing about 5 articles every 2 weeks. So the reason why I'm doing one every week is because I feel I don't need it yet, and also it's always more expensive because now I'm writing stuff in English and I'm asking for I hire very high how do you say it, high quality copywriter. So I'm paying a lot of money for that. Not a lot of money, but I'm paying it's just some money. So, and this is a new project and we're taking time. For right now, 5 articles every 2 weeks. And yes, I hire people all over the place from Fiverr, from forums. I become an entrepreneur in a forum called Photo Beta, which is basically a forum for SEO webmasters. So that's how I learn also about Amazon, and the rest is history. But you find a lot of people there that can do all kind of jobs for you, like copywriting, SEO. But again, don't go there because it's in Spanish, unless you speak Spanish. There's many others out there. There's another one called Shoes, something like I will give you the URLs later on Facebook. It's something called Point, but this one is a really good place to find copywriters, SEOs, and stuff like that.
Okay, awesome. So we'll put that link on the post afterwards. And over here, okay, James asks, what's the model of your webcam?
It's a Logitech MB.
Okay. Logitech. Okay, awesome. And then just lastly, I want to share something we used to do. And I think this is a super powerful strategy that you guys can use. Let me know when you see my screen, David.
Oh, hold on a second, because I've been looking for the forum.
Okay, no problem. I can move ahead. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is just a bonus interlinking strategy. This was something that worked quite well. And let's say, for example, you were looking to really focus on best cheap car covers, just as an example for your brand, and this is type of product you're selling. If you're going to do that term, what you would do is actually look for the related terms that show up in Google. So let me see if I can bring this up. So if we do, for example, that same one, best cheap car covers, you'll notice at the bottom of this page, you have all of these related searches to this term. These are very important because they are related to your main term. So you're looking to rank your site for this. These are all related to this. So what we would do, we would create a main page. We would create a page on this keyword with all the alt tags, metadata, etc. that we touched on. Make sure the keywords are in there. We're going to create a full page on this, best rated car covers. This would be the main keyword. This would be in the heading. This would be throughout the article. We're going to do a full page on best indoor car cover, the same. And on every single one of these, you're going to do a full page on this. You're going to literally write an article about this. Best car cover material, best waterproof car covers, best outdoor car covers, etc. That's what you're going to do. And then from this one, this article on best cheap car covers, you're going to create a contextual link. It's just a link that is naturally within the copy of this article, but it's going to say this. So, for example, best indoor car cover. On this main article, somewhere in there, you're going to have, we also do reviews, or we've also done a review on the best indoor car cover. So it's naturally within the copy. And where you say that, you're going to bold this, as David said, and you're going to do a contextual link to this page you wrote on this keyword. So I know this can easily sound confusing, but you're going to have the main page naturally occurring, these keywords naturally occurring within this article. And where they naturally occur, you're going to contextually link to the actual full pages on these keywords. And so what happens is when the search engines come in, they crawl over this page and they notice, wow, you have all of the related terms on this page. That's very, very specific to this main term. Remember, which we typed in up here, which we want to show for. Not only that, though, when we follow these links, because the crawlers will follow them, you also have a full page on each of these related links, each of these related searches to this main search. And then, not to confuse you guys, but what you would do is link every single other one to each one. So, for example, in best outdoor car covers, in here, we're going to have a contextual link to best indoor car cover, best car cover material, etc. So that way you're using all of this content you've created to its best effect, because you're going to have very, very relevant, unique content on the site. But what do you think about this strategy, David?
I think it's genius, brother. I love it. To be honest, I didn't know about that, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, I found it work quite well because it's finding that everything's very relevant to that main keyword.
Yeah, I type here I remember the forum. It's called Digital Point. It's actually very famous. So just share with the guys so
okay,
they can go there if you want to find someone. What happened with these forums is that it's all based on your history as a member. So how many transactions you have, because you got to be very careful when dealing with people online. So, but just go there, you're gonna find all kind of works, SEOs, copywriters, everything that you need. Excellent. By the way, let me just show really quick my screen once again, because I want to just show you how we do it in the GeoD host, which is right here. Ready?
Yes.
All right, so this is a GeoD host. This is just one company that I and Seth create, and we're very proud of this, by the way. So this is a hosting company, and where we offer space. But here, obviously, if we don't create a blog section, we got no content to offer other than what we're offering. Like buy the hosting, buy the domain. That's it. We don't have content. For that reason, we need a blog, and that's exactly what we're asking you to do with your store. As you see right here, these are the latest news, and here's the blog section. And you can also have access to the blog section right here. If you click on blogs, you come here, and down here are all my blogs. These are, I don't even know what people are writing here. I know because I trust this person that are writing these articles, but I don't deal with this. Like, they're dealing with that. I don't have time to deal with the content. So if you see they're writing articles about social media, just stuff that are somehow related to hostings, right? People that are working online. For example, here, five things you should look for in a great hosting service. So now this page should be indexed already, and probably it's just already giving me some visitors. Now, if someone get to my web page, just looking for this information, now they are once again they are on my hosting, where I'm offering a great service at a very good price. So now those people that are visiting my blog have a very good chance to be converted into my future clients. So this is exactly the concept that I want you to apply for your online stores. Just creating content just like this is somehow relevant, so you can start ranking on Google, and then your website start getting more and more ranking and traffic at the same time. So that's basically the concept.
Awesome. Excellent. And then just a last couple questions here. Do you use sweepstakes for leads?
Were you seeing my screen? Because
I do see your screen.
I still sharing my screen. Hold on a second. So how do I stop here? What about now?
Now it's good. So do you know what sweepstakes is, David? Sweepstakes. Apparently, it was a website for generating leads.
All right, I didn't know about that. So
okay. So Lucas, no, not that one. And then David, are you offering your sites in Spanish or just English? The e-commerce sites.
The e-commerce sites. I don't get the question.
So obviously, we already built the e-commerce sites in English. Are you thinking about also doing those in Spanish?
Well, if the client in this case, asks us to do it in Spanish, I would do it for sure. Yeah, for sure, we're gonna do it, because right now we're working on the course. So yes, I mean, we're moving that direction. So yes, for sure. I mean, let me tell you, this Spanish community, Latino community is huge. United States by 2030 will be the country with more Spanish speakers of the world. So this is something that you can also target. You don't necessarily need to speak Spanish. I mean, I didn't speak English at the time. I was already, when I was working SEO full time, I was targeting blogs and content that was in English. I just hired people to do the work for me. They do it, I pay them, and then everything else is happiness. So
awesome. Okay, well, good stuff. Thank you so much, David, for being here. I learned a couple things tonight, 100%. So thank you so much for that. I'm sure everyone else got a lot of detail from this as well. And we're going to also put that PowerPoint in the Facebook group for you guys after this. And I wish you all the best with this as well. If you're going to build up your following off of Amazon, get that website ranking off of Amazon, or actually just do this as a completely separate business model, I wish you all the very best. And David, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, brother. Looking forward for the next time.
Awesome. I will see you soon, and I will see all of you guys in the Facebook group. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.